Welcome back, everybody. Salute. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming, checking out the video. Big shout out to the community. So, the topic of today's video is I'm going to be discussing, if you guys aren't aware, the NBA in season tournament gets underway today, November 12th, and goes on, I believe, until December 17th. So, the games will be exclusively held on Tuesdays and Fridays, right? All the way going on into the beginning and second week of December until there's an eventual champion. Right now, this tournament specifically, the question I will be addressing, in my opinion, is the NBA Cup. Is this the NBA's version of a curveball that they're attempting to throw at handicappers, decoders, and quote unquote sharp betters or betters who have an edge, right? We've seen this. We've seen a bunch of different things that the NBA has recently implemented. If it's going back a couple seasons now, I believe 2 or 3 seasons, the NBA started implementing back-to-back games where teams will be playing teams on a back-to-back, as opposed to the old NBA schedule where teams never played on a bet like they never played the same opponent on back-to-back days, right? We've seen that recently implemented. We've seen the NBA come with this in-season tournament. And in my opinion, this is their version of trying to throw the bettors who have an edge, throw them for a loop, okay? Because some of the best indicators we used to have would be teams not playing on a back to back would kind of foreshadow possibly what the outcome of a game would be, right? In some instances, now this wasn't 100% reliable, but this was something that you possibly could have looked at, okay? Now, with the implementation of back to back games with the same opponent, as well as this NBA in season tournament, in which they pair it up kind of like a soccer tournament, right? Where there's group play and then people advance out of groups until the eventual championship game is being played. I think from the NBA standpoint, this was a brilliant idea, right? Because it adds to more confusion, right? As to figuring out specific narratives and what the when you have one eventual championship, which would be the NBA championship that played at the end of the season, it was difficult enough to kind of dissect that narrative and kind of figure out that code. Now with an in-season tournament, basically another trophy to add into the mix, it just adds additional layers into what was already a complicated formula, right? So from their standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. I know why they're doing it. Also, from a fan standpoint, it gives possible underachieving teams or garbage teams who would never really have a legitimate opportunity to win an NBA championship to kind of roll the dice and put their best foot forward and try to attempt to steal this this in-season accolade that, in my opinion, is just going to confuse the history books, and it's not really going to have any weight on a player's legacy or on a team or coach's legacy. It's really just doggy treats um, for in the middle of the season, right? So, but I perfectly understand what's going on, and the reason I'm putting out this video is basically to alert the community on what this is, right? It's a strategic situation and scenario that the NBA is putting into effect. They did it last year. This will be the second version of it on what they're calling the in-season tournament, aka the NBA Cup, aka the Emirates Cup. Whatever name they have, there's a bunch of names being floated out there, but basically to alert you guys and to be very, very cautious and aware on days like Tuesday and Friday specifically, where these group stage games will be going on, to be a little bit more cautious, right? Observations always pay dividends, and I felt like it was very, very important to bring this to your attention, at least so you're aware, right? Normally, I'm not sure if the NBA will be promoting the in-season tournament games as exactly what that is. You might have been under the impression that these are just going to be normal games. However, on Tuesday and Friday, these are the NBA in-season tournament games, right? Group play, as they call it. So it's important to be aware. It's important to pay attention, and it's important to understand that normal ways that you might have attacked these games, um, you may just want to be a little bit more cautious. So it's a heads up, basically an attention for you guys to just see what's going on. Okay. Sometimes in the when there's so much going on, you got the NBA going on, NFL, NHL, right? College sports, college basketball, and college football. Sometimes you could get lost in the sauce. So you might not be fully aware what's actually going on. This is the reason for this video. So generally, I'm just giving a heads up for you guys to understand the tactic that the NBA is put in full use now with this in-season garbage tournament. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, so if we look at hold on. The NBA in-season tournament. So the in-season tournament, known as the NBA Emirates Cup, NBA Cup, whatever, opens Tuesday night with a pair of high-profile returns in each conference. Klay Thompson's return to Golden State as circled as a marquee matchup, um, and other situations as well. So this is basically all you need to know. So today, starting Tuesday, we have the Hawks at the Celtics, Heat at the Pistons, Hornets at the Magic, Knicks at the 76ers, Raptors at the Bucks, Suns at the Jazz, Mavericks at the Warriors, and Timberwolves at the Trailblazers. So here goes the NBA's Emirates Cup's schedule for you guys to see. As you can tell, it's Tuesday and Fridays, and it's here for you guys to take a look at it. So you can scroll back, check it out. And yeah, and if you look at the reason behind it, quote unquote, the reason Adam Silver is putting this into effect is supposedly he had a long-standing fascination with European soccer. The idea for having an in-season cup competition within the NBA schedule comes from soccer leagues having both a regular season title won by the team with the most points over the year and a separate tournament that runs concurrently with the league season. Okay, the 30 NBA teams were split into 6 5-team groups, 3 featuring Eastern Conference teams, 3 comprising of teams from the West, with each team then playing one game against the other 4 in their group. The winner of each group, plus the team with the best record among the non-group members, will then advance to the knockout rounds. Okay, so there it is. And then how will this impact the regular season schedule and standings? Typically, the NBA sends out the full 82 game schedule in August. Now, though, the league sends out only 80 games and leaves a gap for roughly a week to fill in, depending how the group stage of the NBA Cup plays out. The team that reached the NBA Cup's finale will actually play 83 games, though the championship game won't count toward the standings or any statistical markers. Those that lose in semifinals will have played their full 82 game schedule and won't need anything added. And the 2 teams from both East and West that lose in the quarterfinals will play their 82nd game against one another on one of 4 dates. Okay. So there you have it, right? Kind of like an explanation and, basically their version of how they want to explain it. And yeah, so straight heads up. So you guys know, again, the schedule's here for you to check out. You can check it out on ESPN.com. And again, just be aware, be cautious, be strategic, and observations do pay. Okay, so on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. Take care. Salute everybody. I will see you guys in the next one. NBA Cup or the NBA Curveball. I think we know which one it is. Salute.